Can somebody please out there explain to me what happened to customer service? There used to be a time when I was growing up that people were actually happy to help you. That when you can call for information regarding a product which you buy, you can actually talk to a live person and give you some information that was helpful and needful. Had the internet have basically changed everything, where now we don't even get that from the stores that we actually made, rich and famous. Let me explain where I'm coming on with this rant. And yeah, this is pretty much a rant because I'm a little annoyed about how some of these major, food chain, electronic stores, you name it, big businesses have been treating a lot of the customers of late, and it really is just basically this. Can't even pronounce it right. That's how angry I am. I was with my uncle. We went shopping for a new suit, for upcoming job interview I'm about to have. And we went to Macy's in downtown Brooklyn. And it's a big store. It's a giant store. And we was looking for a nice suit, and we found one. It was a beautiful suit. It cost about $120. And I tried on the suit, and it was good. It was nice, comfortable, reasonable size. I started to feel something about it, though. It wasn't a suit. It was about the environment I was in. I turned around, I looked, and I see people, talking merrily. I see, kids running around the store, typical juvenile stuff, But what I did not see is a store representative. The guys that come in and ask, may I help you, give you advice on what that is. I didn't see none of that. I find that very curious because a long time ago, there were people actually, will actually walk up to you and say, things like, you need help with anything, or basically lie to you and say you look great in the suit when in reality you don't. Kind of good stuff that, makes you feel good about what you're buying. Plus, they were always helpful. They'll come to you to help you out, help you pick the right clothes, put some shirts on the side, see if you like any one of them that can match well with the suit. There was none of that in Macy's. And I know that sounds a little nitpicking, but it does make a big deal to me because I was basically by myself in this giant store. I did not get any help. Basically it was just me and my uncle picking out the clothes. I did not see any tailors, which alarmed me a little bit. And it just didn't feel friendly. It really felt, I don't know, just basically get in, get what you want to get, and get the hell out. That's the best way I can describe it. And I gotta admit, it did bother me. But nothing bothered me more. And do excuse me if I'm gibbering a little bit. Like I'm still new at this, so do forgive me about it. But what bothered me more is when we got to the cash register and the lady was on the phone for 3 to 7 minutes. The line is forming, and she did not even, ask for assistance. She was just on the phone like, okay. And I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, this is the Macy's I remember years ago? I don't think so. And I'm looking around these big department stores. I'm just shaking my head in disbelief. I can't believe that they have such a poor attitude towards customer service. Customer service is more than just buying stuff and, you collect the exchange. It's about, knowing, making the customer feel good, giving them a reason to come back to your store. And I gotta admit, after going through that, I didn't want to go back to Macy's. For nothing. I got better service to Men's Warehouse. They're expensive as hell, but at least they treated you with respect. At least they came and assist you when when you needed help, and they wasn't afraid to give you the recommendations, show you the certain things that goes with it, what could be possibly matching, what doesn't match. I can say that Men's Warehouse customer service was 10 times better than Macy's. And then it struck me. The reason why Macy's on customer service is garbage is because they're not investing on it anymore. In fact, a lot of major corporations aren't really invest in giving quality customer service. And if you think I'm lying, well, here's an example of what I'm trying to get at. My computer, I had difficulty downloading something in my computer. I didn't know it was something that I was doing wrong, or just something I'm not, or something that the computer was, signs are telling me that something, got in the computer. I need to, have it checked. Before I did anything else, I decided to call the computer company. Friend of mine told me you should just go online. I said no, I really want to get talk to them. If it's no big deal, I can fix it myself. So I called the customer service hotline, and the first thing they told me, it may take 20 to 30 minutes to get an operator. What? 30 minutes for an operator? And I'm like shaking my head. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait. So I waited. Like a fool, I actually waited. 10 minutes gone by, 20 minutes gone by. I'm listening to the most boringest music I've ever heard. And then something just caught me completely off guard. The company hung up on me. I mean, they literally hung up the phone. And I looked at my cell phone and I said, are you serious? They just hung up. And it's a good thing I had a plan, because if I didn't have a plan, I would have been upset. I would have been upset. But I had a plan that day, so I just said, you know what, let me call again. And maybe it was a mistake. Maybe my phone did it. But no, same thing. It may take 20 to 30 minutes to respond to your phone call. If you want faster, service, go online, which is another thing I'm getting a little ticked off about. And I just choose to stay on the phone. 10 minutes went by, 20 minutes went by, and the phone hung up again. And I'm like, wow. This is how they treat their customers. Now, don't get me wrong, I still got the computer. It's not broken, and to be honest with you, I can't afford a new one right now. So, and it does work. It was pretty much my error, but that's not the point. The point was I called for a little bit of information regarding a situation that may or may not be serious, and I didn't even get as much as an operator. It just purposely just shut off. And that is not an accident. That is done on purpose. And what they were trying to say is, well, we're not going to take your phone calls. Go online. It may find out, it may or may not be there. The question I have, I'm pretty much sure they don't have it online, even with the troubleshooter. And I prefer to have a professional person, an operator, to answer these questions. Since when did we become less customer friendly? It does bother me. But the point is, a lot of these major corporations that's basically got the way they are because of great customer service, a great great products, just being what we expect from services when we go in. They have just basically threw that out the window. They became so big that they don't no longer need it, because even if you don't shop there anymore, there's a billion other customers they got, and they're not going to lose any skin teeth. And it's a nasty attitude a lot of these companies are taking. It's one of the reasons why I go to small stores. I go to like one of those mom and pop stores, or go to those small business convenience stores, or go to a coffee shop that's basically like a boutique shop, or those kind of things. And the reason why I do it, I don't have to feel rushed. I don't have to feel like all they care about is get your stuff and get out. I'm getting my stuff, but I'm also getting good quality service when I come to these stores. That's why I praise the small businesses more than I do the corporates, because the corporates have forgotten what customer service is all about. Where, as for the small business stores, they didn't. The perfect example of that is I went to get a suit I got a nice suit, by the way, $67. Very good bargain. And I didn't even walk to the door, and the guy greeted me. He said hello, and it was a good feeling. I talked to them. I said, listen, I'm looking for, a suit for graduation. I'm graduating from my ASA college, and I want to have a suit that's going to fit. I saw the suit out the window, and I actually am kind of curious about it. He said, well, that suit runs for $67. Would you like to see? Would you like to be interested in it? I said, yeah, I like the suit very much. You sure it's $67? He said, yes, it is. And I asked him how much it cost for tailor. He said, free. I said, really? I said, yes. So, he got me together with the suit. He measured me up. And then I asked, I really want a shirt. And the guy said, say no more. And he came to me and he said, would you like this shirt? Would you like this shirt? He didn't pressure me, and that's what's very good about it. That's one thing I also got to say. That guy never pressured me. He let me pick my shirt. He said, well, if you're not happy with this, tell me what else you want. And I found a shirt that matches well with the suit. And I said, how many days would be best for me to pick it up? He said, you can pick it up in 3 hours. I said, really? I said, yeah, pick it up in 3 hours. And I said, well, yeah, I'll do that. And I came back 3 hours later. I left, did some stuff, run some errands, came back 3 hours later. They were actually still working on it, but I had a very fun environment. It was cool. And when they was done, not only did it was done, they did a perfect job, but they said if anything else happens, give it a number and stuff. I sat there and talked to some of the people. There were other people coming in, but I sat there and talked to them employees, and they were the nicest employees. And I tipped the guy who did the altering of my suit, and I left that store feeling good. Granted, there's not other great stores like that, but to me, I felt good with that store, and it reminds me why I should shop in small businesses. And probably one of the reasons why, and maybe it is, and maybe it's not, don't quote me on it, is because they need their customers to come back. It's because they know that if without the customers and without the quality services, they don't have a business. Like big companies, they don't have the luxury of brushing off their customers. Whereas for these big corporations, they have an attitude where, well, one is gone, well, the other one's going to be placed. We got billions of customers all across the globe. We really don't care. And that's what it really comes down to. They just don't care. Now, granted, not all of them are like that. There are some who do care, who does recognize that. But there's too many of them who just don't. And it really does ignore me when I see stuff like that, because it really, really shows no class. So yeah, I'm a little upset about the customer service thing. I hope that at least in the future that that these big corporations would improve on it, because golly, they definitely need to improve on it. But until then, I'm just gonna shop in the small, those small businesses, support my small businesses, for the simple fact I know I'm gonna get better quality services. What do you think about this? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Have you had a similar experience with it? And if so, please, I'd like to hear about it. Also, I do want to apologize for this video a little bit. Like I said, I'm still new, so I'm still getting the nicks and nats. It's pretty much a work in progress, so I hope you can just bear with me if I do sound like I'm stuttering in my words, but like I said, once I get the nick and knack for it, the video will, I only can get better, not worse. But like I said, if you had experiences with customer services, whether it's social services, business, big businesses, I like to hear about it. Give me feedback on it. What's your thoughts on it? And if anything, just comment below. Until then, this is Joker77 signing off.